either side. Maybe another Jack Watts. Welcome to senior footy here. So Silvani in there, Nathan Brown laughing it off.
Seriously, what damage can you do? That's great. Gets the adrenaline going.
Parents
and shoulders.
Grandparents are plenty here at the MCG. Little ball out, Ed Curnow, Thomas knocked out on the tackle there by Grundy, so the umpire lets it go. Collingwood to the right of your screen, and Blues to the punt road end in this first quarter. Simpson round the corner, high footy. Gee, I thought the players had stopped there momentarily. Little one from Howe, Grundy looking for a runner. In the end found Pendlebury, he too goes wide, looks for, what a good tackle it was against Greenwood there, but they maintained possession. A little bit of a battle. Pendlebury again to Blair, the boy from Wonthaggi. Here's Chris, got inside with a slider. Beautiful kick. And Darcy Moore.
That was fantastic from Collingwood. It wasn't pretty right from the half-back line, but the one thing they looked intent on doing, as we have a look at that clash there with Simpson going down, they just looked like they had a real intent to just keep the ball moving at all costs, flipping handballs around, and eventually Moore up on the lead. A good start here for the Pies.
Would have tested the collarbone. Here he is, Darcy Moore in two minds here. Drop punt or right foot banana. He looks like he's going with the drop punt. Just that angle, the in-between angle. And drops it on the boot pretty good. And it only missed by a little bit to the right. Very difficult kick with the drop punt.
A great look at the future there. We talk a lot about the rivalry between these two teams. The future between Darcy Moore and Jacob Wiedering. I'm sure those two will play on each other over the next decade. And Carlton and Collingwood fans will absolutely love that matchup.
Cruiser.
Oh, you love that. You love your ruckman taking a big mark down the line. The get-out kick, and if your ruckman can mark it, gives you a chance to get into your forward half.
High footy, here comes Casbolt, really aggressively at the ball in the air. You love to see that with the Dukes. Cripps, bit of a no-looker, out the side door. Pendlebury already with his third or fourth touch of the game. Goldsack, Howe, through traffic. Grundy's been caught a couple of times in heavy traffic and had to unload the footy.
Collingwood's intent already early on this game is to throw it round, just flick it round by hand. They see somebody, they're just giving it straight away, just hoping to break that line.
Thomas. And here he is, his first touch. And that's the way that he'll get his footy on the little present-up lead. And he finds a nice ball into Lamb.
The Carlton fans love that. There was plenty of them.
It's a good way to get rid of some of the nerves.
Yeah, in the Olympic stand down there on the lower deck, it's full of Carlton fans right in front of where Jack took that chest mark.
So, yes, in political terms, the lower house full tonight, Richo.
Oh, Bristol.
The upper house just a little sketchy still.
All over it.
So this is similar to what Moore had at the other end, except if he wants, he can run around and kick it on the right foot here. Looks he too is going for the drop punt, opens the angle slightly. That's a good kick. Really good kick. Worked it magnificently. Carlton with the first. Silvani involved.
Great start. And they're all getting over to Jack Silvani there. Found some space at half forward and then just had some poise to drop it over the top. And the Pies have had more of the footy. Carlton get the first goal.
Spoken a lot about him so far tonight in the build-up. That's his first kick in AFL footy. One kick, one goal assist. Take that, very nice.
Joins the club. Those with first touch, first goal assist.
Collingwood.
Greenwood.
Thank you. Hold there.
Collingwood won't be at all concerned about or interested one bit in the Silvani situation here tonight. There he is again, throwing himself at the football. His direct opponent, Goldsack, runs off. Collingwood able to drill the ball, looking for more. Couldn't get down and pick it up. Rowe was there, caught with the foot. He hasn't got rid of it yet. Did he get rid of it legally? Curnow with a tackle on Moore.
Hey, Welshie, it looks like Greenwood may be running with Bryce Gibbs down there.
Yeah, he is. Gibbs has been in fantastic form, 30-plus touches last week. Really stood up in the absence of Mark Murphy. So Collingwood are really going after him with Greenwood.
There he is, speak of the devil.
me.
Simpson out wide. Goldsack again, Sinclair, Grundy, the overlap was good to Howe, and so was the smother by Sumner. They'll get another crack, the left-footed Reid. He wanted to get back onto it, Carlton alert to that, didn't allow him. Little quick amble out the back door. He to a left-footed cloak, will send it high to the top of the square. Here they come. Mason Cox couldn't quite get there. Off hands, Varco, dangerous in this situation. Little handball out, Collingwood are going to reload. Blair from the boundary line. Play on, says the umpire. More caught with the ball. Thought he threw it in the end. And I think we'll have a ball up.
Both teams' pressure very good so far in this game. Terrific tackle there, wrapping him up. I love the Greenwood matchup because I love the fact Greenwood's going to hunt the footy as well. He's not just going to play a tagging role on Bryce Gibbs. He's going to get after the footy, make sure he wins it at the contest.
And they're back in vogue. I heard you talking about it last night in Adelaide with the jobs that were being done on Martin and Cochin, but they've got to get the footy too, Lingy.
Only those who can still get the footy as well. You can't just be 100% negative.
Oh, beautiful tap by Cox to Grundy, who had too much bend on the footy. Gee, that was well done by Mason Cox.
Gee, Grundy's in form now. He's had 6 disposals already. The leading possession getter on the ground, the big ruckman. So he's found some form in the last few weeks, which is great for him.
Curnow. Elects the southern stand side of the ground. Everett, one of the targets out there. In fact, it wasn't Everett, it was Lamb.
Haven't seen Carlton really try and throw the ball around themselves yet. They've been forced to go long down the line a number of times. But when Carlton's played their best footy this year, they've been really brave with their ball use. When there's an opportunity to go through the middle and flick it round, they've taken it.
Silvani again. Little quick kick around the corner, gained another 30. Goldsack, little bit of a fumble there. Closing is Casbolt, good Shepherd. Allowing heap time to pick up the ball. Now out of the loop, Sinclair trouncing down the middle with a pulverising kick to Varco. Varco thought about the long one, went sideways and found Greenwood. Greenwood can mark and go straight to the city end. And he too.
Yeah, big missed opportunity. The uncontested possessions. We talked about Collingwood wanting to share it around. 30 uncontested possessions to 8.
Big difference, and that's the biggest thing you can do as a run-with player there, Richo. Levi Greenwood getting forward, having a shot at goal. You've got to kick them because you don't get too many shots when you're playing that role, but if you can get forward on your opponent, hurt him on the scoreboard, that's the biggest impact you can have.
Doherty to Curnow, cross goal. Ed Curnow, beautiful little present to Lamb. And they've found a little bit of space here. Kerry just got out the back door. There's a bit of help there. Goldsack to break it up. Working magnificently across half-back side. Bottom says, come at me. And he does. So good start here by Tyson Goldsack. Back into the Collingwood side tonight. The transfer on offer here. Tom Phillips in game 3. Steady with the footy to Pendlebury. Pendlebury went on the wrong right side, but made really good work of it. Varco sees Blair down the ground. Blair can get it and go if he wants as well into the pocket. Here's the lead. Went the long one into the square. It was the correct option. More over the top, and he's got it.
Well, there would be red lights flashing everywhere in the Carlton coach's box right now on the back of what you're talking about, Richo. Uncontested possessions. Collingwood just transferring the ball down the ground far too easy. Good strong grab by Darcy Moore, but there were Collingwood players everywhere, and Scotty Pendlebury, plenty of space. He'd be licking his lips tonight.
Yeah, it's too easy for them at the moment, but they've missed some easy goals. Moore's got to convert here.
Kick of only 20 metres. Needs to drop it perfectly, and he does. So Collingwood get there first. A young gun.
It just continues to improve. Darcy Moore missed those few games with injury, but good to see him back out there. He's going to be a star of the future, and as Richo said before, 200 centimetres. The modern key position players are just so big. 200 centimetres was once a big ruckman. Now they're a mobile centre forward, centre back.
He's going to be an absolute gun, Darcy Moore, got no doubt about that, but that's the real positive for him. jumping, going up, taking an overhead mark. He juggled it a little bit, but he had that shoulder issue after the round 10 game. So to be able to get his hands up and take a mark early, be good for his confidence.
3 goals last time he played Collingwood, in round 7 more. Here's Kerridge. Goes inside 50 with great authority, got good penetration on the kick, and Maynard tracks it down.
The Pies are making all the plays with Goldsack back into the side, had some really good form in the VFL, but also more up forward. They're starting to get a bit more of a settled side, the Pies. Adam's not far away, and also for Solo. So really starting to get a bit more stability in this Magpie side.
What's your thoughts on Goldsack and Tuvey and these players in terms of long-term future at Collingwood?
Oh, I still think they've got real value, provided they are playing at their absolute best, and physically, body-wise, they can stand up to the rigours of training and playing. I still think they're quality players. But Tyson Goldsack, he's only played 138 games. He seems to have been around longer than that. He is 29, but I still think he's got some good footy left in him.
You wonder whether it will be in the black and white stripes.
Well, that's the question, isn't it,
Yep.
BT? But between him and Alan Tuvey, I suppose I'm remembering back to when they were at their best during those grand final years and premiership years. They just played a ferocious brand of football.
Aish. Wiedering. Tui now under pressure. Kerridge, fast hands out the back door. So Carlton doing well here at the moment. They find the informed Bryce Gibbs.
Holding.
Free downfield will go Carlton's way.
Carlton, Simon White. Mark's
As the
here.
umpire said, Simon White it will be.
Just looked to be a bit of a panic grab there. Jeremy Howe, he was on the lead but didn't have a big
Bottom right here.
break. He may have just lost sight of the ball, Howe, and just panicked a little bit. Yeah, there's the jumper tug. As soon as an umpire sees that jumper get stretched, he's always going to pay it.
So White for Carlton's second, directly in front. And he too kicks the goal. No problems at all. Carlton lead.
So despite dominance on the stat sheet from Collingwood, Carlton got inside 50 and been efficient, kicked a couple of goals. Collingwood haven't made them pay, missed a couple of easy shots. Simon White, that was good movement there, just kept on his toes inside 50, and when you do that, defenders at times can panic and grab at you, and gets a simple free kick.
So White
Didn't hit that perfectly, that shot BT. It looked like it was going to spray out to the right, but straightened up at the last minute.
Cripps got hit high then. I don't know whether that should have been a little free there. Cripps still getting back to his feet. Just off play there, Treloar. Here is Sinclair bouncing with the left hand. Will also kick it with the left boot. Didn't have a lot of penetration in the ball. Black armbands tonight being worn by Carlton for 1947. Premiership player Alan Greenshields. And for Collingwood, Frank Tuck, their former captain, 1958 captain. Wearing the armbands for him, 131 games for the Pies. Didn't play in the Premiership of 58, I don't think. I think Murray Wiedemann ended up being the captain of that 1958 Premiership side. The great Murray Wiedemann. Curnow now applying the tackle on Treloar.
And Ed Curnow has got the job on Adam Treloar. He's had a terrific year, Treloar, since crossing from the GWS Giants. He's only had the 2 handballs early on in this game, Adam Treloar, so Curnow's going to have his hands full. But he's done the job all year for the Blues. Curnow turned himself into a really good player.
There's Tom Phillips. Gathers, poor kick.
Scotty Pendlebury would be enjoying that, wouldn't he? Adam Treloar coming to the club and getting the run with player tonight. Pendlebury's the leading possession getter on the ground because of it.
Good grab, Peter Cruiser. Attention from Nathan Brown.
I reckon Scotty Pendlebury might have been in the list manager's office regularly last year to say, keep going, keep trying to get him.
I like what you're seeing.
So down the line here. Gibbs right near the boundary line to the one-on-one here with Maynard and also Lamb. Gee, Lamb run him down in the end. It was a really good tackle, and I think he's been rewarded for it. So well done to Jed Lamb. Umpire says play on as he squares the ball up ever so slightly to Matty Wright. And I don't think he really fancies himself. He's trying to set something up here. Wanted someone to come at the footy. A high ball. Couldn't get on the end of it. Down low. Smith in the end. Ace with a little quick clearing kick, and Collingwood looking a little nervy here at the moment. Handball over the top from Ace. Now they're out of the loop. Greenwood looks to centre the ball. Horrible kicking. It's been turnover footy here to start. Cripps to Gibbs. Gibbs to centre half forward. Horrible foot skills being shown here at the moment by both sides.
Yeah, turnover again, BT. You called it. A lot of possessions just between the arcs. Not a lot of quality kicks inside forward 50.
Doherty trying to defend more, did well more, got the recovery, needs to get rid of it now. Now Collingwood on the, Carlton on the counter-attack. Ball out wide to Simpson, normally a good user. Looks down the line, sees something he likes, and nails the ball to Simon White.
Touch, play on, play on, play on.
Boy, another turnover.
It's the old cardinal sin when you kick into the man on the mark. As a junior, you're always told to get back off and kick it into the man on the mark.
Yeah, I was reading an article in today's Footy Record about Royce Hart saying that was one of his pet hates, Richo.
Yeah.
Particularly in front of goal. Varco appealing, pleading with the umpire for a free there. And there's the fend off from Phillips. And some would say if he's got time to fend off, he's had prior opportunity.
Yep.
Phillips now doing the ruck work with Grundy. Down ball here. Fast hands. Kerridge missed the target. So reasonable crowd in. You can see sparsely populated behind the goals there, but
It's pretty good though, isn't it?
all three decks have got a good scattering of viewers, which is great news. These games have averaged some in the 2,000, 69,000 people since the 2000s. That takes into account that some games have been played at Etihad as well.
It's a beautiful night for footy. There's barely any wind around, a little bit of dew. I wore the double thermals and I'm sweating down here, so great night to watch the footy.
Yeah,
Got to be prepared down there, Welshie.
Maynard out the back. Here goes Howe. He's had a lot of the footy in this position, but look at that kick. Just horrible. There's no other term for it. Cripps on the turnover. It's a matter of who's going to pay and make him earn it here. Silvani's out in front of goal. That's the direction he goes. Silvani will get attention. He takes the mark. Gets crunched by Howe. Silvani will line up 25 metres out on a 45-degree angle, and the Silvanis are delighted. And grandmother is putting her hands over her eyes.
The grandparents, they're loving it. Sauce is trying to play it a little bit cool there, isn't he? Up in the box.
This for the biggest Carlton roar, I would think, since they won the prelim final back in 1999. Serge, Reader, Joe and Steve will go ballistic if he kicks this, and he misses. And they have a giggle.
He would have been so nervous then. He almost wouldn't have felt the ball hitting his boot. Oh, I'm getting excited by how excited the Carlton fans are. Talking to a few mates through the week who are all Carlton supporters, they are just absolutely rapt that another Silvani's out there.
Holding, Ben Reid, Collingwood.
Well, he hasn't looked out of place so far, Lingy.
Have you ever known a build-up for a player that hasn't been the #1 pick, you know?
I remember being part of the build-up for Gary Ablett Jr.'s first game, and that was off the charts, but this has been great.
Inside 50 here again for the Pies. Smith, long ball. Couldn't get on the end of it. Here's Varco looking dangerous down at that end of the ground. What a beautiful pick it up it was. Gave it to the left foot of Pendlebury. High ball. Gives to Goey an opportunity at getting back Rowe with a timely fist. Cripps doing the ruck work. Pendlebury on his favoured left side. I tell you what, that might be a floating goal. It is. It went every which way.
The Collingwood skipper just would have thought, there's a lovely little present. Couldn't believe that Patrick Cripps has hit one straight down his throat. Well finished with the snap at goal.
They needed that.
Yeah.
They needed it because in general play, they've probably been the better team, the Pies.
Well, I'm not sure if Patrick Cripps is playing on Scotty Pendlebury at that stoppage, but he's given him a little present, a hit out to advantage, but the wrong way.
Oh.
And Scotty Pendlebury has finished that off just.
He wanted confirmation from the umpire, though, didn't he, Scotty? Very, very nice indeed.
He's had a good first quarter, the Collingwood skipper. 10 disposals. Loving that space that you're talking about, Richo, with Curnow going to Adam Treloar. Pendlebury running around, just doing what he wants at the moment.
There's Ace through a bit of traffic. Cloak, good grab. Now he can pick this goal. He shouldn't think of anything else. This is easily within his trick bag.
You don't think about these ones too much. Just go back and...
He's a little too close to the man on the mark here. Another step or two back, I reckon. Give himself a bit more momentum. Too close to the man on the mark. He kicked it too high. The kick's still all right, but boy, he was way too close.
BT, you read that straight away then. That was a great call. Didn't give himself enough room. If he's got more momentum, he makes that distance easily.
Yep. He had to kick it high at the last moment, realising the hands were there to smother. Poor preparation. And I reckon just a little nervy.
Good mark, though. Good signs as far as his marking.
Wiedering confronted from north and south by Collingwood players.
So Curnow having a win against Treloar at the moment. Only 2 touches for Adam Treloar.
Pendlebury doing the ruck work there against Cripps. We've seen a little bit of that tonight. Cripps has had a couple of knocks as well. This is Cloak. Doesn't really show how close he is there, but shows the man on the mark almost getting a piece of it.
Yeah.
And he was just way too close. Preparation, not what it should have been. Phillips.
Not 15, play on!
Heard the umpire's call there. Knock away by Tui. Kept it rolling on that occasion. Sumner out to Lamb. The little up and under. Here's Silvani's third touch of the game. Got good purchase on it. Gives him an opportunity. Couldn't get hold of it. Now Walker. An opportunity for him in game 200. Good looking ball. White. Centering kick. Right. Takes the mark. Brilliant linking play from the Blues.
They've been able to get Collingwood a couple of times now out the back and in transition with a fast play. Something that Collingwood haven't been great at defending this year. A couple of times Silvani and now Wright have been able to get out the back and take marks within 25 metres of goal.
13 goals this year. There's Matty Wright, and here he is with a very, very easy one. 30-metre kick, virtually no angle, nails it. Carlton have got their 3rd goal of the quarter.
I love what he's brought to the team throughout this season. As BT just said, he's kicked his 14th goal of the year. But just real footy smarts in that forward line. Finds little bits of space, puts on some good pressure. He's a stronger body. It's really added a lot to that Blues front half.
So 8 inside 50s, 5 scoring shots for Carlton, something they haven't been good at this year, their efficiency.
Collectively, already 5 goals kicked in this game, and we've had 5 lead changes already. There's Mason Cox, gone into the middle to do a little bit of work here against Cruiser. Pendlebury in amongst it. Kerridge was right there as well. Walker. Well done by Blair. Pendlebury to side bottom able to bust out a deep entry inside 50 again. Here comes Darcy Moore. They sandwiched him. Wiedering to tidy things up in the back half. Well done by him now. Doherty forced onto his left boot down the line, and I think it's going to come back. It is. Involved is Smith. Handball. What about that for a little bit of candy there by Pendlebury?
On the line,
Gee, that was a good kick.
On the 50. Mark's on the 50. Thank you.
He's having a huge first quarter, Pendlebury.
Now, I understand you can't tag everyone, but I think you can have a little bit more accountability on Scott Pendlebury. He's brought his own footy in this first quarter.
To go, he doesn't really try and make the distance. He just tries to put it in a more attacking position. Soccer off the ground by Greenwood. And don't tell me we've got another lead change.
Let us goal. We're checked to make sure the defender hasn't touched off the boot.
Well, this will be a definite goal, and it'll be 6 goals and 6 lead changes. Or will it?
Review underway.
That's a goal. What did he call?
Goal was called.
Goal.
So it was touched before it
Can't
hit the boot.
overrule that.
So that'll be a goal. I believe we're going to be putting these reviews soon to a central video.
Review complete. Confirm goal.
There it is.
Good first quarter. Plenty of lead changes, as BT just said. 6 lead changes. Carlton defence would be filthy with that. A little pop kick to the top of the goal square. You can't let that get over the back. And they did. And Greenwood has made them pay. He could have kicked 2 goals, playing a run with role on Bryce Gibbs.
Have another look at this. Just Carlton letting it get over the back, and Greenwood just straight onto it, kicking the goal. And you're right, BT, those reviews eventually will be out of a bunker at headquarters.
They will.
Centralised.
They don't want to call it the bunker, though.
Thomas.
They don't want to copy the NRL.
Yep.
Which call it, they call it the bunker up in Sydney.
So any ideas out there in the Twitter sphere on what we can call the bunker?
I'm sure there'll be a few
The cave.
gentle suggestions. Cave.
Dungeon.
Cave is where we can send players that play poorly. Opportunity here. Marley Williams, Sinclair, Smith, now Howe, getting pushed backwards here. Maynard to Reid, finally got it onto a left footer. High footy, risky ball to Varco. Varco's got to make this work, and he has. He's given Collingwood good service, this guy.
Yeah, he's been good since he's come to Collingwood, hasn't he, BT? His pressure, his running ability's really lifted, and he provides a bit of class with the footy as well.
Nathan Brown hasn't exactly been a walk-up start this year for the Pies. That's the hope, that he can hold his position from now until the end of the year and doesn't have any more injuries. Crisp, who's also a left-footed. Gee, got good length on that. Moore, or was it Degoe? Degoe now Moore, trying to sock it. Who got boot the ball? And the post.
Enjoyable game of footy this early on. Lots of lead changes, lots of pressure. The odd poor kick. Skills haven't been brilliant throughout the whole first quarter, but just a good close struggle from 2 teams that certainly love playing against each other and love beating each other.
Ball by Kerridge down the line. Now a high one in here to Walker. Got Sinclair there, did it well. Now, I reckon he marked it before it dropped out of his hands anyway.
I'd like to see that again. Here it is. Just whether or not Sinclair spoils and tries to go the mark, doesn't really do anything.
1 metre, Andrew.
So he dropped it at the end, but I think he had enough of it in my book right there. So Walker been paid the mark. And for yet another lead change here. Walker with a relatively simple opportunity, and he too almost identical to Jack Silvani. That little bit of left to right fade.
56 goals in 2011, Andrew Walker. Since then, in 4.5 years, he's only kicked 46 more. It was 1 out of the box that year, wasn't it, for him?
He went to half-back for a couple of years.
Did,
and then
I've always thought if you're capable of kicking 56 goals in a year, I don't know why you wouldn't persevere up forward. It's pretty hard to kick over 50 goals a year.
Cloak goes long. Greenwood caught, but still manages to get the ball out to Degoe, and there is quarter-time siren. An entertaining quarter of footy without any doubt. 6 goals collectively kicked in, and Collingwood lead it by 2 points. Stay with us. Good crowd here. Election night it is, and it is Collingwood just 3-5-23, leading the Blues 3-3-21.
Some form of accountability towards him. Surely everybody knows how good a player Scott Pendlebury is, and you can't let him run around a footy field and have 12 touches at 100% efficiency, as you just said. Well, they need to put time into him.
It's Cripps. I reckon it's Cripps who has to put a bit of time into him.
Beautiful bounce there by umpire Jeff Dalglish, Nick Foote, Troy Pennell and Andrew Mitchell, the other 3 umpires with him tonight.
Because in the middle then, you had Curnow and Treloar, you had Greenwood who's doing the job on Gibbs. And Cripps and Pendlebury were the other matchup in the middle of the ground. So Cripps has to keep an eye on him in general play. And he is now, but
Thanks, Simon.
Pendlebury, as we said, has had 12 in the first quarter.
Play on.
So Reid down the line with a high ball, searching for Cloak, did well to bring it to ground. Gibbs got rid of it just in the nick of time, put his head over the ball momentarily. Phillips didn't follow on with it though. Now Doherty through the middle, sees something he likes in Cruiser. Right in the middle of the MCG here, Matty Cruiser. Leads off it up the middle, decides to go wider. The kick wasn't to the advantage of White on that occasion. Now spills loose, good handball there on that occasion to Thomas. Thomas to Silvani. Chris might have just got a hand there. The stiff arm by White was good. Walker had a bit of a fresh airy. Now Treloar put the head down. The umpire said he used it to try and go through, so play on.
He seems to be able to find space though, Silvani. He probably should have marked this. There, you can see him there finding a little bit of space. He just lost it at the last minute with Chris putting his hand up, but gee, found a bit of space.
Pendlebury, high footy. Wiedering the only one that wanted to mark it. So Cripps now. Handball was partially intercepted. Went and got it again. Cripps didn't really get a good handball on it. Side bottom now. Looks sideways. Treloar around the corner. Neat little ball. Greenwood just the required journey. Greenwood goes out wide to Ben Sinclair. And now they're forced to go backwards.
They're set up well defensively, Carlton. Their pressure on the initial player, the initial ball carrier is good. And then structurally set up very well. Collingwood need to keep being brave with their ball use if they're going to get through. They can't just be going short and wide and safe. They've got to be prepared to take the game on and just maybe break through that Carlton structure.
Risky kick. Howe made it work. So all they've done here is complete the transfer and find a bit of an opening forward as Grundy goes a high ball. Cloak's under it. All he could do was work his big frame back into the pack. He did that well. Now Pendlebury caught in the tackle. You can see the ball was pinned. And the umpire said no prior opportunity. Bolton explaining exactly what he wants to Neil Craig to deliver that message to the bench.
Firmly explaining that one, Brian. I think not losing his cool, but just getting his point across very clearly.
So crisp. One ball inside 50. What is it that you think he's brought to Carlton that's been obvious? Is it just the structure and the ability to maintain it?
Talking to a few of the Carlton players, they said the pre-season was spent almost going back to the classroom, just a lot of teaching, a lot of learning, exactly what he wants players to do in any given scenario, and they've done that extremely well in this early part of the year, and then they'll add elements to that after it.
Cloak trying to track it down. Penalty went and got a sharp handball to Law. Caught in the tackle. Correct decision.
I think when players know what they need to do, or they're confident of what they need to do in a given scenario, they can then start playing on instinct and start playing with a bit of belief, and their natural game comes in. When they're unsure and second-guessing themselves, that's when they look as though they're really reactive and stationary.
You get in no man's land, I reckon, when you're in that scenario you're talking about, Lingy.
And to Welshie down there, I thought you had a bit of a spring in your step, Welshie. A daughter born last night.
Yeah, second daughter, a little Sadie, so it was a little bit of a quiet day yesterday, but it was fantastic, all healthy, the wife and little Sadie watching on this great game tonight.
Oh, congratulations, Welshie. You kept that one quiet from us before. Well done. Fantastic news.
Yeah, two girls now. I think it's the karma truck coming back to me, Lingy. They're hoping for a boy, but two beautiful girls so far.
I reckon Doherty may have thought himself a little unlucky there that he got met high, and umpire Troy Pennell says nope.
You know you're not allowed to admit that, Welshie, just in case anyone at home's listening there. You're supposed to say, you're no boy, no worry at all.
No, maybe next time, make sure we have to go again there, get a little bomber out there in one day.
Thomas with a little right foot banana, gets good penetration with a kick off hands. Silvani thought about it with the left boot, and then tried to go backwards and find Gibbs. Now side bottom runs it out with ease to Grundy. Sinclair's been involved a lot. Side bottom through traffic. He's a great decision maker. Still side bottom. Out wide to Phillips, who had a little bit of a fumble. And now to just tidy things up here. A bit of stability, Nathan Brown.
That's what they've improved, Carlton, their ability to stop that transition. I thought Collingwood may get through there, but well set up, Carlton, and they've forced them back, and now they're pushing down on them even more.
So Reid was always looking for the long option here and couldn't get enough length in the kick. Wright was in the really good spot. Cox with the tackle just before he got rid of it, forced the turnover. Now Sinclair through the middle. The kick's got to be really good if you're going there. Gee, no attempt to mark by the Blues. Play on calls the umpire. In they go. Handball out to Cruiser. Eventually got boot to ball. Collingwood again, 3-1. Nice tap, Cruz. Brown to side bottom again. Side bottom says, come on, someone lead at me. Come up at the ball. Pendlebury was there. Simpson, beautiful handball under pressure. This gives Carlton an opportunity. Good penetrating ball is required here, and we get it from Byrne. Deep inside 50, hits it out. Cripps and White. White and Cripps. Reid, beautiful spinning move.
He's right back to his best, Ben Reid. Forced the spoil and then won the ball at ground level. He's having an elite year. His numbers are back to that elite.
Anyone who's had a few soft tissue injuries, I think they might be queuing up for a few ballet lessons and a bit of that core strength that he's been working on, because you're right, Richo, playing great footy, Ben Reid.
Collingwood are confused about when to go and when not to go off half-back here at the moment. Chris to Varco. This will be a deep entry. Varco to Mason Cox. Got to stand tall here. Knocked away. Simpson knew he was always under pressure. Tried to get rid of it quickly. Little one out the side door from Phillips. He'll find the boundary, or will he? No.
He was great defensively then, Phillips, BT.
That's how silly it is. I guarantee you, if that had gone out of bounds, it would have been deliberate.
Yeah, I think
and it
right.
didn't. So how can you read the ball?
I thought he was going to give a free kick away to Cox. The ball looked like it was going over Phillips's head, but he turned and made the spoil. He saved a goal then.
And went back, won it again, got the kick out, followed up, held that one up for a stoppage. Good passage by Phillips.
Block, Collingwood. You all right? Thank you. Just against you. Yeah.
Out of the ruck. BT, Phillips. It's a fine line, isn't it? Because in a marking contest, that's
Both pushing each other.
show of strength, and then you come back at the ball and you maybe mark it, but
I get confused for those ruck ones. I'm not sure about that.
Well, they look both to be wrestling each other front on.
and
I
Phillips
thought
was just stronger.
Yeah, Grundy lost balance because he was out-strength there. Is that a word? Strength? Make one up anyway.
We're right behind it. We know this has gone left to right all night. And there it is, just coming back enough, but he's learned from the Carlton misses, Brodie Grundy.
So he's not happy with it, Phillips. Grundy is, because he's just kicked a goal. He's had a good night, Grundy, but I'm not certain that was a free kick in the ruck duel there.
Rover's out, guys.
Talking to the umpires, they do say that ruck contests are treated differently to marking contests. You can't completely remove a player from being able to compete at the ball, but
They both made contact at the same time, though.
And if one player's stronger than the other, it seems unfair to penalise the stronger player.
Silvani trying to take Maynard on. Good handball out here to Kerridge. Kerridge very unselfishly looking to the middle of the ground and finds Gibbs. Nice kick by Kerridge. Composure. Sam Kerridge then.
Nice play there. Nearly turned him inside out there, Jack Silvani. This is really good.
That's 15 seconds.
Two good hands, wasn't it, by Silvani and then Walker. And good composure, as you said, BT, by Kerridge. Instead of blazing away, give it to Bryce Gibbs, and he's a beautiful kick of the ball. You'd think from here, he should be able to kick this goal.
200th game last week for Bryce Gibbs. Gets a crack at it from about 47 metres out, and that is just real nice. So Gibbs gets his First goal here, 10 minutes into the second quarter, Collingwood by 2.
Yeah, he's had the run with player Levi Greenwood doing the job on him. He hasn't had a huge night, but he's continued to work hard, and that's a nice way to get your night rolling a little bit. Just pushing forward, taking the mark, and then going back and kicking the goal. He's having a good year, Bryce Gibbs.
Have a look at this kick here from Bryce Gibbs. Look at his head as he kicks the ball. That is what they try and teach you to do as a kid. As he kicked it, his head is over the ball, watching it onto his foot. You're always tempted to look up and see where the ball's going, but he's got a nice technique happening there, Bryce Gibbs.
So it begs the question, Richo, if you had a teacher like that, giving that sort of information, would you have ever listened?
Well, I could never keep my head down because I was always worried about it going out in the full, so I had to check where it was going. But to keep your head down and not look for the result, it's easier said than done, but Gibbs did it beautifully.
High footy, Cruiser looking likely, Cripps rips it off the pack, didn't want to give it, wants to give and go backwards here, didn't quite get it. Now a little opportunity here for Byrne, just to caress the ball inside 50. Sinclair, who's done quite well in this game, will just about go out of bounds on the full. Good grab taken in front by Ace, and a brave one, I might add.
Yeah, that's big for him. James Aish struggled early on this season to have an impact since coming to Collingwood, but stand under the ball like that and take a mark. That's how you win over your teammates in a hurry. Stand strong in the contest.
This is where they've had trouble, Collingwood, trying to penetrate a slow ball off half-back. Thomas has given them trouble again here. Crisp. Nathan Brown ran past it, plenty of time to mop up, handball to Treloar, puts him under a little bit of pressure here. Treloar needs help, little one out the back door, Sinclair fast hands Brown as well, Maynard involved. Now Howe, can they go forward from here? The kicks to a one-on-one, side bottoms there over the top, the taller Andreas Everett, bit of a fumble, Chris, through came Phillips, did well, earned the ball nicely. Tui's kick was smothered by side bottom, and they'll get another look here now. Treloar. Horrible little kick around the corner. Thomas, Pendlebury, Treloar again. Collingwood under fierce Carlton pressure here at the moment. Howe thought about it, wanted to go up the middle. In the end, nothing on, so he went wide to the safety of the boundary.
Still hasn't touched it tonight. Sorry, Lingy, Mason Cox. He's just coming from the ground now.
Gee, Andrew Phillips has been good in a few of those contests. Again, going back with the flight, following up, won a 50-50 ground ball.
Collingwood.
So Grundy's got another free here.
Yeah, and I saw that. Andreas Everett just didn't let Grundy run at the ball at all. That wasn't smart.
That's his 12th touch, Grundy.
High footy more, struggling for the front position. Cloak was there as well. Tui to go, he did well. Tui just went and got it, wanted it. Now he's sat on it, he's pulled it in. He'll need to get it out of here, he will get bent. He did drag it back in and he's gone. If you pull it back in, you must be sure to get rid of it. Out there, brings it back in there.
Yeah, they don't, as soon as they see it come back in, you're in trouble.
They don't like it, do they?
It's like a fish on the jetty there, isn't he, trying to wobble the ball out.
You've got a split second to make up your mind with it. If you drag it back in, can you get rid of it?
We couldn't, but as soon as it is seen to be dragged back in, you're in massive strife.
Ace looking for just his 4th goal of the year. Directly in front here. You can see only about 30 metres, and that's nice. Collingwood lead it by 8 at the 14-minute mark of the second.
A couple of the goals here from free kicks. Grundy and now Aish. Started up on the wing though. The block that you were talking about, Lingy, turned a 50-50 scenario into a free kick and to Grundy, and he puts it inside 50.
Backing out here, guys.
Here's the free kick. I'll give Everett maybe the benefit of the doubt that he didn't go set out to block him. I think
saw him at the last minute.
Yeah, crossing paths with him, and there's the holding the ball. That awful feeling when you've dragged it back in and you know you can't get it out.
Well, Collingwood have kicked 3 of the last 4 goals. A late swing their way, but too close to call here at the moment, Lingy, as the Blues go forward with a long ball to White.
Laurie Oakes over there.
He's got a list of puns.
Look at the lower house there. It's full as well, Rich. I'm not so sure about the upper. Big night in Australia tonight. These fans here just simply don't care. That's way in the back of their mind now, the election.
They've already voted.
Who is winning? Do we know who's winning?
I don't know. It's pretty close, but I do know that Bill Shorten is a Collingwood supporter. Wasn't always, although he wouldn't be the first politician to change teams halfway through. He was a Swans man originally because his dad barracked for them. Here is Wright, picked up, gave a little handball off. Unselfishly, the ball comes back from Lamb. Phillips says, have a go. No one did. And a great smother by Ben Sinclair.
While we're on the political stuff, there's been 5 Turnbulls that have played VFL, AFL, BT and 3 Shortens.
Right.
Fred, Jack, Lindsay, Norm and Ryan Turnbull. And we've had George, Jack and Teddy Shorten play AFL, VFL footy.
There is a big political connection to footy, I tell you, especially with Prime Minister. Remember the day, I think it was Robert Menzies, built a platform at
Princess
Park to drive his roller up onto and watch it from the roller. I'm not getting out of the car, said Robert. He said, just build me a platform for me roller. Blair's run down here.
No chance.
What about that? You go to the footy and they built a platform to drive your roller up onto.
Thank you, Sam.
There would have been a few people looking up at him in the Rolls Royce.
That happened now, there'd be eggs and all sorts of stuff. Mason Cox, what a knock, what a leap it was onto Aish. So Collingwood up by 7 here. Ball down towards Simpson, chased by Moore, got away, arch the back, Simpson, normally a good kick, no exception here. Gives it off to Cripps, they're away here, the Blues. Fast, powerful running by Tui, long ball, over the head of Phillips though.
It was a poor kick inside forward 50 then. Carlton had the break, just needed to get it to Phillips' advantage. Brown read it that little bit quicker.
Hold it!
Creates the turnover for Collingwood. Collingwood absolutely dominating the possessions at the moment, controlling the footy. 190 possessions to 124. It's not completely translating to a scoreboard domination, but just worry that those sheer weight of numbers will eventually tell against the Blues.
Here's Pendlebury. Well done, Curnow. Body in first. Now he's got to get rid of it. Tried to get it onto the boot. Caught with it. I don't reckon he had prior opportunity. Good call, umpire, to ball it up.
The inside 50.
Jordan came and trapped it in, Scott. After the first ball.
It's the umpire's explanation. The inside 50s are even, but right from the start of the game, Collingwood have looked like they've had a mentality of just wanting to share the ball and flick it around to each other.
Mason Cox tries to get it rolling forward. Going to come back though, Cruiser. The link of Simpson. The powerful run here of Byrne. Got it on to Walker. Walker inside 50. Phillips in front. Couldn't hold the mark. Off hands. Handball out the back door to White. Pulverising tackle from Brown. Phillips still in the hunt. Silvani's there as well. Oh, he tried the Jackie Chan. In the end, he didn't know whether to handball or kick it. And now Sinclair from the back half goes wide. Knocked down again. Here they come. They're going to reload.
Carlton, advantage.
Ball into the middle of the Ploughman. Little handball. Once again, Tui. This time he goes short and misses that one as well. Little tap. Looking from Lamb there. Extracted it in the end, but didn't really want to bring it out. He knew there were too many Collingwood players waiting. Silvani gathers. Left foot snap. Bounce over the top. Won't get there.
It's nearly happening for him, isn't it?
I think everybody in the ground is riding.
He's going to kick one.
Yeah.
He's going to kick one.
It's close to happening. Collingwood fans might not be riding it. I better take that back. I don't want him to get anywhere near it.
Gee, they go slow from this position, Collingwood. De Goey. Blair. Didn't quite hold it. Ball's trapped.
Big mismatch if they can get it in there now. Simpson's caught out on Darcy Moore. Didn't quite bring it down.
Had a good piece of it. Stumped the ground at the end.
Umpire said you dropped the ball, grabbed it off him and threw it up. Wasn't happy, Jared Blair, but it was a correct call. So 4:25 remaining in the half.
Scott Pendlebury up to 20 possessions in the half.
6 clearances for Pendlebury.
Cripps. Side bottom to Pendlebury. There's another one. Got a bit of help with the kick. Varco there as well. Simpson did well not to infringe. Needs to get rid of it quickly. Gee, that was a good tackle by Varco. Tui the step, the spin. Great composure to still hang on to the footy. And then he goes the torp out wide. Now a genuine one-on-one here. Marley Williams. Lamb involved as well. Little dribble handball to Phillips. Out wide. Kerridge now. He's a good kick, good user. This not his best as he sticks it down the throat of Reid.
This man just reads it so well. Off the boot, he's onto it before anyone else. He knows where it's going before anyone else does, Ben Reid. That's why he's such a great intercept mark.
It was a 1v2 then, Richo. Yeah. 2 Carlton forwards, and Reid just read it better than both of them.
Well, Carlton thought that was going to go out then. Luckily for them, Simpson, it's at half-back to save the day.
Lingy, would you roll Kernover over at half-time?
Yeah, it's got a bit out of control now with Pendlebury's influence.
Heard the umpire, tells Gibbs to go, and that's a great kick to Kerridge.
Though, having said that, Richo, given the scoreboard and the way it's going, it's not translating into a domination by Collingwood, but you worry if you keep letting Pendlebury have 20 possessions in a half that it'll tell eventually. But I'd be first of all, I'd be challenging one of the other players to say, okay, you're not going to tag him, but you're at least going to put the time into him, accountable, make sure that he doesn't have the influence he's been having, just to limit that influence, so hopefully you don't have to roll over Curnow from Treloar.
Hasn't been anyone able to kick a goal from this angle tonight. This is the 3rd set shot at it, and they've all ended up in that position, right of the goalpost. Carlton fans have come tonight expecting some Silvani delight. And it's been okay so far in the first half. Only touched it a few times, but what he's done has been good, Jack Silvani. Pack of players forming here. Good mark by Casbolt.
He hasn't looked out of place. He's definitely going to play a fair bit more footy, that's for sure.
So he's weedering out wide. He just miskicked it. And marking it on half-back is Moore. Short little kick here to Treloar. Reid lurking on the outside if he wants him. Treloar says, no, I'll go the short kick to Degoe. They have been in the go-slow mould all night, Collingwood, from half-back, and eventually they've done this. Can't work it out. They've refused to go fast.
We talked about Ben Reid up the other end, how well he reads the ball off the boot. This bloke's done it his whole career. Kate Simpson doing it again tonight. He's up to 14 disposals. Just patrols that half-back line, reads it well, and so courageous overhead.
Silvani with possession number 8.
Much spoken about Travis Cloke in his recent form. It's difficult for him. He's working extremely hard ahead of the footy to find space, but the Pies are just slowing it up coming through the midfield.
You agree with how slow they're going, Walshy, off half-back?
They're getting, Sinclair's getting their hands on, they're moving it forward. They get to the midfield, and they're just going too slow. Cloke's been getting some great position. Grundy's gone forward. They're getting great position up forward, but it's like when they get to the middle, they just stop and prop, gives Carlton time to get back and fill in front of those tall forwards.
That'd be the worst nightmare for a forward, wouldn't it, Richo? When you worked hard to get out and then your team just stops, goes back behind the mark slow.
Any forward would hate slow ball movement.
Dale Thomas with a beautiful centering ball here. The mark almost taken by Walker. Gee, it was a good kick from Thomas.
In saying that, I reckon Carlton have done a good job at shutting down that transition. Collingwood want to keep going quick. No team would want to slow it down. Shouldn't take any credit away from Carlton's defensive structure. It has been pretty strong. Simpson is the one holding it all together.
I'm not saying they should go every time. I reckon they've had the odd opportunity to go fast.
Yeah, there has been.
Maybe it hasn't been in the right kicker's hands to be able to pull it off. Wiedering back to Rowe. Down to under a minute here. Had a good portion of the play in their forward half of the ground here, Carlton. Now, even if they win this, there's nothing to go to. They're going to have to carry the ball all the way up the ground. Moore looks around and says, come on, where are the advancing troops? Went to ground to Goey, will get it back and be required again. He might go to ground again. He's caught. Carlton did well in a double tackle.
Thank you. Just get up,
that was a huge scrambling tackle there by the Blues. First of all, Burns, desperate lunge, but the follow-up there by Sumner, that is fantastic, because Collingwood players were out forward of the footy. They just needed to get it there. Chance for another turnover, though, the Pies.
Well, we're ticking down here. 3 seconds. There'll be no more score. Siren will sound to complete the half. Very even half of footy. Hasn't been necessarily played the way the coaches would have liked it to have been played. But at half-time, Collingwood narrowly, they lead at 5-5-35 to the Blues 4-6-30. Talk, Lingy. All there. You can see the big eater on the back row there on the back bench is not unlike some of our heavyweight politicians.
Wilson Tucky in the back. He was a backbencher, wasn't he, Wilson?
Ready to go. Iron Bar Tucky.
Iron Bar Tucky.
Iron Bar Tucky. Can you believe it?
I might arm bar you later on tonight. Right?
There's Simpson.
You keep up this political nonsense.
Aish. Don't know which way it's going to go. There have been a number of election days held on footy Saturdays, naturally. Ball in towards Moore. Couldn't quite get it. Off hands. Thomas thought about it.
Plowman might have dodged a little grab of the arm there on Darcy Moore. Just the late lunge, pulled on the arm, but just subtle enough to escape the attention of the umpires.
This is the 5th time in the past 60 years that footy's been played on election day. And, of course, 1974, Richo, was that infamous day. The Windy Hill brawl between Richmond and the Bombers was played on an election day. At the middle we come here. Side bottom there. Brown went and got it. Ball spilled out. Got him a little high in the initial tackle. Umpire was unsighted, so we'll have a ball up.
Here's that little marking contest. See, just a grab of the arm. Oh, he played it well enough there, Plowman, not to make it too obvious.
Brody, 1 metre.
Umpire saying he wanted separation of 1 metre with the ruckman before he threw the ball up. Never quite sure. They come immediately together the moment he looks like throwing it up anyway. Ed Curnow didn't make contact.
Collingwood. Hold, he hasn't gone yet.
So still side bottom.
Play on.
Will surely be a potential leader of this group one day, I would have thought. Steele. Reed needs to get back on the left. He does now. Sends it to the top of the square. Poor kick in the end. Almost got down to it there. Cloak. Crisp did. Slung in the tackle. Rowe did well to wrap him up.
Thank you.
And you can see he had him pinned nicely there in the arm lock. Good tackle. Crowd here, I'd say about 56,000 or so, maybe.
Play on.
Touch under. Here's Thomas. He got it high. Went down. Now, DeGoey won't like this. But
Gave the little lower of the body into that one.
what you're allowed to do. There's no rule that says you can't lower at the legs.
I don't reckon that went high, though.
Line ball, wasn't
I
it?
think he was a bit stiff to go then. I don't think it actually ever slipped over the top of his shoulder.
Curnow. Richo must be watching a different TV to I.
We'll have another look at that.
Carlton.
Casbolt with the free here on the wing. Trouble is he should be the one on the other end of this kick.
Move it on, play on.
Yeah, there's no long target at all here.
Nothing at all. Look at this, 4-on-2 Collingwood's way, but somehow they get it. Walker, little quick handball. Andreas Everett, Cruiser, Varco had him lined up. Goldsack tries to charge his way through. Advantage paid. Greenwood out of the hustle. Buffle gave it to Brown. Just got rid of it in the nick of time. Maynard needs to be quick. He is. Here they go, the Pies. Long ball back to Greenwood. Greenwood needs to get around Doherty. Doherty did well with the tackle. Pressure building on the Pies. Maynard's kick not good. And now Rowe.
Play on.
Simpson, one of only 2 players on the Carlton side tonight, 30 plus, the other being Andrew Walker.
Yours.
Andreas Everett.
Oh, Jeremy.
Richo, BT sucked me into the political and footy connection, and former Fremantle coach and Geelong player Damien Drum has won his Victorian seat of Murray.
Drummy.
Being called at the moment, Damien Drum, so a few ex-footballers into the political game.
Yeah. Whose team's he on? You know, Casbolt.
These are the Nationals.
Okay. Ball kick by Casbolt.
You were just trying to test us then. I think, Brian, expecting us to not know it.
Oh, you didn't sound exactly positive about it. Nice kick, Cloak marks on the lead.
And we didn't know it. We've got it on a bit of paper in front of us.
Congratulations to Drummy. Simpson wanted the free. Shoveled it out, Kerridge had to get rid of it quickly, did to Rowe, tried to avoid the Varco tackle. Kick along the ground wasn't his best. Trelaw, little trouble, fast hands. Varco over the top. Gee, it's been this sort of game all night. Didn't want it more, had to tap it out of the way. Now Carlton control off their full back line here. Wiedering backing up, drawing the player. Gee, Thomas picked that up, made a difficult ball look easy there. They're still under the pump here, the Blues. They're messing around a bit. Cripps goes back. And now down the line looking for Silvani, and Goldsack there with him.
Both teams are really struggling to get a good chain of possession happening and fast and moving forward. It's good defence. They just cannot get through either team, mucking around with it a bit.
Play on. Just feels like, Richo, there'd be a few players out there, a number of players out there who'd probably be pretty happy with the way they reckon they're playing. A heap of possessions, just lots of footy going on out there where they can rack up the numbers, but not any real genuine penetration and quality ball use going forward for either team at the moment.
Right. Down the line, Casbolt, unlucky not to get a free there. Tack the footy at ground level. That was good from Levi Casbolt.
Levi Casbolt.
There, you tack the ball. He had his eyes on it. He wanted it. Advantage paid here now for the Blues. Doherty, ball inside 50. Walker, the one-on-one there. Reid did well to get a little fingertip on it through traffic. Aish was careful. Got it to Reid. Looking for some overlap running here. Maynard had to back up. Kick it high down the line. Carlton should get this and go back. Casbolt, Trelaw, wonderful handball. And a free kick will come back to the Blues. Trelaw doesn't like it. Umpire ruled this a throw. Hard to say from the vision. They're so good players at getting that quick, soft little handball off.
He's going to have to go down to Casbolt again here, down the line.
That's the direction it goes. Cruiser there as well. Maynard, clever. Sinclair. On here to Phillips, and they just, that kick to the forward end of the ground hasn't been a highlight for Collingwood tonight.
The kicking's been pretty poor from both teams, actually. A lot of turnovers. Shows the pressure's up, but just the inability of these two teams to be able to execute quality skills under pressure.
Trelaw to Blair. Back to Trelaw. Now on to Cloak. Kick around the corner. High ball. Mason Cox the target. Got one claw on it. The follow-up here. Big should have got it out by DeVarco. He was peeling off. He went it alone, Mason Cox. And Simpson did a good job. Varco wanted the handball. Probably should have got it.
Yeah, Cox did well. His second effort there. If he had his time again, he may have just tapped it towards Varco. He thought he had time to take possession, but well done by Simpson. Good pressure.
Cox, nice tap down, right down the throat of side bottom then. DeGoey. In fact, it wasn't DeGoey, it's Josh Smith. Underneath that, tackle with Silvani. By Troy Pennell, right on the spot, one of our most experienced umpires, Troy. Game 187 for him. Little flick out the back door. Carlton alert to the fact, but it's going to come back because Collingwood and Sinclair going to get onto this. Kick around the corner is good to Blair. Blair marks. He's a capable kicker. Jared Blair.
Just a better little hit up there. Lowered the eyes and hit up Jared Blair. That's what they need to do. Both teams need to do it. When you've got that kick inside forward 50, you just can't keep bombing away to the same pack of players. Smart ball use.
Can't feel the Blues have got to score 90+ points tonight. They're 4-zip when they do. They're 2-7 when they score under 90. And they're looking like they're going to score under 90 at the moment. Blair's kick is a ripper. Goal to Collingwood. They lead it by 11.
Nice kick, Jared Blair. Good hit up on the lead as well. Went back, backed himself. And on a low-scoring night, 11 points is a pretty handy break. It's hard to see either team, the way this game's been played at the moment, getting a real run on and scoring quickly. So if you can just keep edging ahead, Collingwood, keep plugging away, another goal here would be a really handy lead.
So Jared Blair watching that one all the way, and it just drifted in the end perfectly for him. So Collingwood by a game high, 11-point margin, believe it or not. Cox in the middle, did well. Phillips with him. Probably just won it down, Phillips. And this ball ain't coming out of there.
Fine. Thank you.
Jack Silvani,
Thanks, guys.
he's the deepest forward now. He's the old school full forward there.
Back here. Hold the lead up.
Saw him play a bit of TAC Cup footy, and that's what he liked to do, Richo.
Like to be one out.
Yep, and he liked to come from the deep.
Who doesn't like to be one out inside the 50?
Exactly.
Play on.
White with the push off. Now he needs to get rid of it. He did just in the nick of time. Thomas to keep it rolling forward. Casbolt with some soccer skills there. To Goey. Fast hands Reed. Now Chalor. Short ball to Mason Cox.
Hold.
So Cox goes to Goey, and De Goey had to soak up the Simpson pressure. Did it well. Marley Williams thought about going wide. In the end, he was forced to, but managed to bring the ball back around. This will be a Collingwood free, I think. And I think it might be... Who is it, Howe?
Scott Pendlebury. Just got thrown out of the way in that marking contest by Sam Doherty.
He can make the distance from here too, I reckon, Scott Pendlebury. Kick of about 52, I reckon. He's looking around like he doesn't want to take it, and he gets Maynard just a little bit closer.
That's poor defensive work from Carlton. They just let Maynard slot in there, and he's a good kick of the footy, Maynard.
They all sifted back too close to goal. Sifted back within 30, 35 metres and left 15 metres at the top of the arc there, free for Maynard just to wander down unopposed.
Braden Maynard gets a lot of leverage on the ball, and he's pounded that one. Hits the timber.
And you've got to know your opposition players, Richo. You don't let a player who can kick the ball as far as him just wander into that position to take the mark just inside forward 50. That's why Pendlebury didn't have a shot. He was questioning whether or not he had the distance, but Maynard comfortably had the distance.
Move it on. Play on.
Another guy that can kick it. Tui from fullback. Casbolt a long way up the ground tonight. And his attempts to mark it. Blair took on one, took on two. I don't reckon he made contact. So that's a correct decision from the umpire. You know.
Gee, it's just so hard for Carlton to move the ball quickly at the moment. They've got to go backwards and
Hard for
sideways.
anyone to move the ball quickly, which I know.
Yeah, it's one of those nights here.
There's Andreas Everett.
Yeah, they've got a chance now, though.
Going, he does. He gets the call to keep going here. Ball down towards White. White should keep going as well. No one deep in the square, has to bring it back. Casbolt was there over the back. An opportunity here for Cripps. Gathers possession. What can he do? Wants to go it alone. Eventually had to get rid of it to Phillips. Now it comes back. Opportunity there for Byrne. He gives it to Wright. Here comes Casbolt.
Well worked in the end by Carlton. Held their composure. Cripps wasn't sure initially what to do with it. Byrne, instead of just blazing away, gave it to Wright, who had that little bit more time. The clever kick just drew Casbolt into the footy.
Now, this part of the game, he hasn't conquered as yet. It's an easy shot, 35 metres out. The fans trying to give him a target to kick to. Casbolt steps to the plate and he yanks it to the left.
Didn't kick through it. That's a little stab. The head was over the ball.
Look at the drop. Ball had twisted by the time he got there, and he got it off the instep, didn't he?
And he didn't kick it with anywhere near the power that he normally would.
And with that poor drop, BT, players just end up chasing it after that, don't they?
Look,
not sure where it's going.
It's a pretty simple game. Set shot goal kicking in the AFL, they average about 63%. In the NRL, they average about 83%, 20% more. It's all in the drop. They kick it off the ground, we don't. We have to guide it down. All the mistakes come in the drop, I reckon, or most of them anyway.
bring the place kick back then.
Probably not, but I'm just telling you where the issue is, and it certainly is with him. In the drop, Wiedering looks a little sore there.
He wouldn't have time to set up the place kick.
Well, probably not, Richard.
Imagine if you did, though.
Brought out a little bucket of sand.
Just kick your heel into the ground and set it up.
Well, it'd be a lot more accurate, given what they do in rugby and rugby league.
A guy once wrote me a letter and told me to bring the place kick back. Said it was the only option I had left.
Well, from memory, you had a little bit of trouble with the drop. Here's Sinclair, although you did kick 800 goals, which is a pretty good effort. Look at this, Grundy! Won't be paid. Umpire says keep going.
High contact, Carlton.
Gets nothing for his efforts, Grundy. Looked like he might have hit his head as well.
High contact, Carlton.
He had it all the way too, Brodie Grundy. I think it was the ground that in the end knocked it out of his hands. Oh, just at the end. And that would have knocked the wind out of him.
Yeah, right onto his back, so he would have had no oxygen left.
We spoke about taggers earlier, how important it is for him to get the footy. Both Curnow and Greenwood are the leading possession getters for their respective sides this quarter. Probably typical of the type of game we're seeing at the moment. A real slog, no real free-flowing play.
Cripps tried to take him on. In the end, the turnover to Goey. On to Treloar. Treloar to an open goal square. Grundy marks, runs, plays on. Collingwood by 17 points.
Well, he missed the chance with the mark. Nearly held on to it. But got himself back involved there, Brodie Grundy.
He's had a good night.
Over the top. He has had a good night. You said how much of the footy he was winning early on, Richo. It's important ruckmen getting themselves involved.
2 goals.
14 disposals. A couple of goals. That is a good night for a ruckman.
No, you're right, mate, thanks.
Yeah, he's had a good night. He's had a good few weeks, Brodie Grundy. They've decided to go with him as the #1 ruckman, and he's grabbed it in the last 2 weeks, his opportunity.
So out of the middle go, Collingwood now by almost 3 goals.
Let it go.
Patrick Cripps and Levi Greenwood having a friendly chat. Greenwood doing the job on Bryce Gibbs at the moment. Gibbs has only had the 12 disposals and not a big impact. He has kicked a goal, but down on his usual output.
Silvani. The Blues have kicked 1 goal in just the last 50 minutes. On a perfect night, as Walsh has alluded to.
Go through.
Well, the difference at the moment is that Treloar's been reasonably well held, but Sinclair's stepped up. Pendlebury's had 25. Greenwood's had 18. There hasn't been quite as much support for Gibbs, who's being tagged. Isn't that quite the support that Treloar's received with his fellow midfielders?
Levi Bryce, thank you.
A lot of whacking going on there. De Goey just gave a little mid-rifter to Gibbs. Lucky he was hard in that area. Had no effect. Gibbs now looking for the free.
Carlton.
And he might have got it.
Here, let it go. Here,
Cripps and Greenwood.
Time. Yours.
Gibbs goes on. Kick is not fantastic. Wright did well to get his man under the 40 and in the end couldn't get enough on it. Now can they go on the counter-attack here or are they going to be trapped in? Carlton have done this brilliantly all night. They have not let Collingwood get out from half-back in a quick sense, and here's another example of that. Burn, the give and go. Curnow, back to Burn. Burn from 50, just off hands. White. Now tackled Phillips here as well. In they go. Howe went without it. White. Smother in the end. Soccer attempt. They're having a ping here, the Blues. Pendlebury, the up and under. Trying to set the wheels in motion on that occasion for Smith.
They held up. They held up well here, Collingwood. Look at this desperation. How?
Well done.
That would have been a goal if he didn't put his body on the line to smother that ball.
Beautiful tap by Cruiser. Treloar reading it nicely, but then he has nothing to kick to a 2-on-1. Simpson did well.
That is a great save.
Jeez, he's brave, isn't he? How many times have we seen him do that in his career?
Tui will want to go right and kick it long, looking for the give and go here. Bit of a no-looker from Doherty, gave it on here. Walker now goes inside 50, high ball, big pack flies. Collingwood keep their feet, Collingwood go to ground. Phillips shoveled out the handball, back to Silvani. Silvani a little end over end ball, right ball smothered. Rush behind.
Collingwood are just scrambling well to the push and shove. Greenwood just a little bit to Bryce Gibbs there. Degoe coming in with the stomach punch as well. More and more players are doing that.
Well, they're because it's a little fine.
They're getting paid too much money if they're happy to keep coughing up $1,000 for those soft little punches.
So Degoe here, slowing things right down. Good crowd in tonight, 56 thousand. Howe. Crowds have been down a little when it's come to Collingwood. They've averaged 70 over the past few years here at the MCG against all comers. Here's side bottom, inside, Cloak fell, or was it more? It was more.
That was good, patient ball movement. The switch from half-back, then around this member's wing. Moore can extend the lead as the veteran just going, welcome to the big time, Jack.
Saw Carlton just have all the play down their end of the ground. They couldn't quite find a target. Steele side bottom's class on the left foot. Just hit that kick to Darcy Moore.
One in the first quarter for Moore. Here he is now from 45, and that looks pretty good as well. Drifting left now. And he misses slightly to the left. Just under 4 remaining here in the third quarter. Yeah, they need to find some excitement, the Magpies, in their supporters at the moment, because they've plateaued a bit. They got to the stage where they had, what, 75,000 members or something, and they were pushing towards 100 very quickly, and all of a sudden they've come to a bit of a standstill with support. I guess that comes with winning. Speed by Sumner, caught by Sinclair.
Thanks, guys.
I don't think he'd been tackled when he bounced that footy. I reckon it was then
After?
Yeah, after, and the ball just was on the ground and it's a kick off the ground. That's not a free kick.
Is it still in his possession, though, considering he bounced it?
But the bounce had got out of his control and therefore out of his possession.
He lost control of the possession, but it's not holding the ball.
Well, he's got it back. Sumner. It's an interesting one, technically.
Thank you.
Short ball, Doherty. Now to right.
Stay there, please.
All bar one Collingwood player forward of the footy here. Right now kicks it high ball. Casbolt's got rid of one player, backs into another. Now Cripps. Brown very close to getting into his back. Ball kept alive here. Casbolt with a real good head-on tackle.
Collingwood. Straight up.
And a free kick to the Pies here.
Let it go, guys, both of you.
Jeremy Howe. Aggressive tackle it was by Casbolt. Gee,
that was risky.
Now Maynard's put under all sorts of Carlton pressure. The ball's held in. He's making no attempt. Umpire said no prior.
This is what you were talking about before, BT. Not going fast every single time. That was just as dangerous as they come, that kick. But finding the right time to still be able to go quick and move the ball better.
And having it in the right person's hands, I reckon, is probably a key to that go or no-go as well, knowing your own capabilities. Doherty, backwards to Rowe. Rowe further backwards to Simpson. He got around Cox pretty easily. Now Simpson, long ball, look at this. Found space, Silvani's going to take the mark. Can get it and go, didn't go for home. Tried to get it inside 50. Off hands it comes. Collingwood have been paid the mark here, has he?
No, it's from contact.
Carlton fans aren't sure about it. Let's have a look at it.
Ready? Go back through.
Gee,
Go back
contact
around.
was minimal,
Through
if
the
any.
boys.
If any.
Brody Grundy's got a free for that.
And that was bobbling around on the ground near Carlton's goals.
Good grab by Cox. Strong grab. Carlton very unlucky there, I reckon, with that decision. Now Williams down the line. They've got through here. Rare opportunity for Collingwood to go quick.
Cloak's out the back.
Penderbury goes Cloak, but the kick was just a little short. He had him beaten out the back, you're right, Richo, and he couldn't get enough length from the ball.
Daggers, can be trying.
1:25 remaining in the third. Collingwood by 17 points. Cox coming in with Cruiser. Doherty there. Cripps. Crisp. Caught in the tackle now, needs to get rid of it. Did in the nick of time. Cox, former soccer player, had a bit of a fresh airy there. In they go, Pendlebury to Treloar. He was nailed the moment he picked it up. Thomas has got to be careful. Don't want to give away a free here, the Blues. Casbolt, Gibbs, Sinclair, Brown, all lining up. Goldsack with a kick into Barco. Andreas Everett had him from behind, but the little thick and zag. Now Sinclair comes forward, closing last half minute of the quarter, and Cloak's taken a nice mark. Good kick, and he'll get a good look.
Oh, he's been waiting all night for that, Cloak. I reckon that's the first time he's been in the goal square, and he looks up and he goes, hang on, I've got the whole fat side to lead into. Doesn't happen a lot now, and that's a great mark.
Good hands,
do that a lot. Great hands.
Look at the Jukes out in front.
I can't make out who it was, but there was another lead from a Collingwood player that opened up that space behind for Travis Cloak. An unrewarded lead gives Cloak this chance.
I would say this will be the last kick of the quarter here, Cloak, with it ticking down to 10 seconds. So it's a big kick for Collingwood, and he has missed badly to the left-hand side. And Carlton will bring it in, but Collingwood have a 3-goal, 3-quarter time lead here, and doing it nicely as we take a look at Jack Silvani on the bench. Stay with us, going to go to the wire on the other side of the break. Collingwood have got up by 18, 7-8-50, Carlton 4-8-32.
Chance of winning this, they need to start taking the game on themselves and being smarter with their ball use going inside forward 50. They've played well, but they haven't got any real reward for the amount of footy they've had.
It's got to get a bit more mark play on happening in the last quarter.
Jack Silvani on the bench wearing the number 2. I wonder whether he'll ever swap over to the number 1 or whether he'll make the number 2 his. Although, having said that, Greg Williams and John Nichols held the number 2 Guernsey at Carlton. Pretty hard to knock them off their perch. Do you think when Walker retires, he'd want to take that on, or you reckon he'd be happy making his own way with his own number?
There's another Silvani on the way, though, I think, BT.
Okay. Ben, I think it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Andreas Everett.
Dynasty down there, I think.
Yeah. Oh, there! There's Goldsack. Back in the Collingwood lineup today for this game. G. Simpson did well on Grundy then to out-manoeuvre the body. Kerridge. Marco, who's been a great tackler all night for Collingwood. Crisp head over the footy, won it, now he's tackled. Hasn't been a lot of flow or fast or fluent movement in this game at all.
We saw one of the risks there. Kerridge, he should have given that first handball there to Simpson. They're holding on for it too long. They've got to just take some risk, get the first handball and try and open up the play.
Gibbs around the corner. Casbolt's eyeing this one off. Brown did it well. Down to right, tries to step around. Caught in the tackle. Umpire says play on. Casbolt has another crack. Rips there.
And strangely, with all that pressure you're talking about, BT, the tackle numbers are reasonably low, 49 to 50. We saw last night Port Adelaide had over 100 tackles, but it's just been the turnovers, the poor kicking of both teams, either going too safe and just too wide, but at times when they have tried to take the game on a little bit, there's been a lot of turnovers.
Is that what you'd expect, a club with 6 wins and another one with 5, that's where it would be?
Yep, yeah, pretty fairly accurately sums up where these two teams are at, certainly in development phases, both these clubs.
Around the corner, high footy, Lamb, off hands right, almost ran into the perfect ball then. They go back and get it to Kerridge, very unselfish centering of the footy here. Andreas Everett, Goldsack got it pinned, he'll need to make an effort here, squeeze the trigger out the back door. Reid thought about it, would have given it to a player that was under real pressure. Instead, he creates a one-on-one near the 50-metre line. Well done, Doherty. Blair with the tackle, though.
Legal disposal. Dropped it.
Legal disposal, said the umpire.
Stay in zone footy.
And Blair, the recipient of the free. Quite right, the umpire, wasn't he? Yep.
Well umpired. That's a good tackle by Jared Blair.
Move it on. Play on.
So Blair down the line, more under the footy. Greenwood trying to work his way through heavy traffic.
Carlton.
Gibbs with the free here against Sidebottom. Gibbs has a bit of a giggle at him.
He's been quiet tonight, Bryce Gibbs, but you think if he can have a big last quarter, that's Carlton's chance to win this one.
And now Wiedering extends. Now Wiedering hasn't kicked a career goal yet and isn't going to, as he finds a short target. So in the end, Carlton just controlling this little patch of play. Lamb has a shot from about 50.
It's been tough to find marks inside 50 tonight, but even tougher to get them deep. I've seen a lot of marks inside 25 metres.
A late and major swing required here for the Blues to get up. They're 3 goals down.
You'll be on the way to Canberra soon, Brian. This is extraordinary, your knowledge.
Jed Lamb fancies himself from 50. He too got too close to the man on the mark and sprayed it right because of the pressure right on him. Extraordinary stuff. Unusual hat.
Must come through
Look
this
at the
side.
crowd. The crowd's actually good.
Crowd's very good, BT. I haven't seen a big, high-scoring game at all, but if Carlton can kick another goal in the next few minutes, we might have a
Collingwood.
close one, but this will be Travis Cloak's ball. He fought hard for that front position, earned the free kick.
Thanks, Sam.
So there's the confronting task for Cloak to find something in amongst that.
Move it on. Play on.
Hard to ignore just going exactly where he did down the line, isn't it? In the Darcy Moore direction. A little under the footy, out the back door, an opportunity, Plowman. And now under real pressure, the Blues. Collingwood looking to get it over the halfway mark here. Grundy out wide to Waish. Did really well on that occasion, did Byrne. Now Curnow back to Cripps. Cripps back to Byrne. Didn't want to take it out to the other side of the ground, so sets a task for Thomas. Got beautiful elevation there, Dale Thomas. The kick into the forward half was not fantastic as Jeremy Howe was able to swoop.
He would have marked that, Thomas, if his teammate Casbolt didn't crash into him.
Play on.
Would have been a hanger.
Chalor.
Good problem down here, Brian, with an injured player on the 50. It looks like it could be a leg injury.
Short ball out to Sidebottom, and it's Byrne, the injured player, and now Blair.
Don't like the way he's holding his leg there.
Yeah, that's not good, is it?
Well, I hope he's all right.
Shake of the head from Kieran Byrne there, holding that right knee. It's not a good sign when you see a player talking like that. He's going to try and get up before they call for the stretcher, I reckon. In the meantime, Blair. Difficult shot, as you can see. That won't get the job done. Mason Cox is there, up they fly. Thomas did well to spoil the pack and
Stretches out now, BT.
yep, so the game will be held up here.
Hold it up.
When players grab their leg like that,
Pressure.
it's not a good sign. I'm not trying to preempt what's happened here, but it's not a good sign.
But you know your body, don't
Yeah.
you? And he's shaking his head there, Kieran Byrne. Just watch the bottom right of the screen. As he kicked, it didn't look like much happened, but oh yeah, just as he landed there, that knee buckled.
The hyper-extension back.
And the disappointment, he's punching the ground there because I think he knows. And when this happens, for those that have had ACL issues, PCL issues, you sort of have a fair idea, don't you?
Yeah.
In the feeling, the looseness of the knee.
You often hear the pop, the ligament, but let's hope it's not that.
He's been playing good footy this year too. He's been terrific down back.
So what do you think Bolton at the moment is thinking there and saying to his team now, not about the injury, but about how do we win this game from here? What risks do we have to take to win the game from here? We're 18 down.
And straight away, he's probably thinking of a restructure of how they're going to work their defensive end. He's had the 19 disposals tonight, Byrne, so he's been very good. But how they restructure their team, and then you're right, BT, what little ideas that the assistant coaches might just be throwing in Brendan Bolton's direction. What if we try this player on ball at the next stoppage? Maybe we throw a certain player forward. There might be 10 ideas that are thrown up, and then Brendan Bolton picks 1 or 2 of those, maybe none of those, and says, OK, we're going to go forward with this one.
Kieran Byrne eventually loaded onto the St John's golf trolley.
He's been a really good player for the Blues, as you said, Lee, since debuting last year. The 11 games, one of the players that's probably provided, as this man Zach Tui has as well, a lot of run, a lot of zip off half back, and that is what they're going to need now late in this last quarter of the Blues. They can't grind it out. They're going to have to try and take the game on, create run off half back, get some a bit more excitement in and around the footy.
So Byrne comes from the ground there, and Travis Cloak there, of course. Doesn't quite know his role at the moment, Trav Cloak. He's like a minister without a portfolio, isn't he? He's sort of neither here nor there. I would have thought.
He's not in the cabinet.
He doesn't know whether he's on the front bench, back bench, upper house, lower house. So Byrne tragically comes to the boundary line. Supporters give him a little send-off here. And that's not looking good for the Blues. So what do we got? We've got 15 minutes remaining. They're down 3 goals. They're going to have to kick at least 4 and probably 5 to win the game from here.
It's just about speed of ball movement, which is easier said than done, but just take risks every time they get the ball.
Phillips. Reid over the top launches. Now Ben Reid.
It's hard to get through when you've got a defender in as good a form as Ben Reid is at the moment, though.
It's a good kick. I reckon he'd sort of... This is his best from here. Doesn't try for it. Pops it on the square. Here comes Cloak. Got a fist on it. Knocked down. Curnow did well. Fed the handball out. Right, short ball. Out wide, over the head of Andreas Everett. Reid around the corner. Little handball to Ace. Ace got absolutely hit. And I reckon he got hit in the head by Dale Thomas then. Interesting replay that well, mate.
No, it's here.
It seemed to be head high. Let's have a look.
Take the re-kick or a kick from here.
Gee, it's hard
The handball's down
to tell from that, but it looked like some of the body made head-high contact, didn't it?
Was it almost a head clash? Or did it's a head clash.
Yeah.
You.
So that would be regarded then as accidental. Mason Cox flies from the rear.
You can see after Daisy Thomas had some blood, here we see dripping from the right side, so certain head clash.
Good pick up, Welshie. And that probably clears him right there, I reckon. And he's not a malicious player in any way, Dale Thomas. Cox with a nice fend down right on the end of it. Little handball out to Gibbs. Gibbs needs to avoid the Greenwood tackle. They're hemmed in here. The Pies have got them right where they need them.
It's an interesting one, though, BT. If you choose to bump and you get their head at all, even though it's an accidental head clash, I think the MRP still looks at those. Seems unfair to say that because
it's got to be the shoulder, though, doesn't it? Or not?
Well, I just wonder if, remembering back a year or two, Nat Fyfe perhaps on Michael Riscatelli, if my memory serves me correct, where he chose to bump and it was a head clash.
That's right.
And I think he still got suspended.
I think they calmed down after that, though, didn't they? I mean, no one legitimately attacks with their head too.
I think it was almost acknowledged that that one might have been wrong.
Yeah.
Mistake, okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think head on head, no one would willingly want to do that. Now, Troy Pennell has held the game up here for some reason. Blood rule for Dale Thomas. So this is the bleed from the head contact that we're talking about. Goldsack looks like he's been through the wars with a head wound as well. And just waiting here, so plenty of time to organise. Have another look at it here in slow-mo. Yeah, it's head on head, and no one willingly does that.
No, I agree. I'm just referring back to that.
Your point's
that
right,
recent...
there was one there with Fyfe.
High ball from Phillips here.
Look at that.
Silvani.
Hold there, please.
I saw Stephen Silvani take a lot of high chest marks like that in his career.
Simpson now. Can they go? Can they find a way through here, the Blues? They've got the loose man out too. The kick wasn't fantastic. It hung in the air and it wasn't wide enough on that occasion. Now Andreas Everett to keep it rolling forward. Reid.
Just talking about that restructure, what they could maybe do. Carlton, I reckon Andreas Everett hasn't given them much up forward. Maybe he goes to half-back to take Burns' spot as a running defender. Maybe they throw one of their defenders forward just to try something creative that might get them a shot at goal and maybe back into this game.
Is right. So time ticking down. Curnow, they're being very patient here, the Blues, and trying to find a way through. Doherty now steps around more, and the handball over the top. Going to need to get rid of it, Kerridge. He did it well. Got it to White. White, a neat little ball. Gee, just missed the target in the end.
There he was again, though, Silvani. He found space again inside 50, and a good kick should have hit him.
He's got a footy brain.
He knows how to find space already, you can see that.
Gee, that one went through the legs of Cripps. Still got support around. Plowman gets around one in crisp. Handball's off to Phillips, back to Plowman. Plowman steadies and goes backwards. Wasn't his best kick. Simpson has to attack the ball. De Goey's there. Simpson keeps going. Well done, Kate Simpson. Good effort. Really good effort against the odds.
Thank you.
That's the high chesty that Stephen did so well. And then, look at him there. He just... The kick got into the right area. The kick just wasn't quite right.
Yep. He was in the right spot. You're right, Richo. Here's right now. Goes high and deep. Casbolt, the intended target. Watch the leaper from behind. Lurking with Silvani. Off hands. High tackle there on Sumner. Sumner will get a free. Too far out to score, I would have thought.
Thank you. You're right now.
Could have gone short to Tui, who is a big kick. He ignores that, and now he says, by his actions, that I'm going for home. So now he needs to go back and kick the goal, or at least the distance.
Well, he either needs to go and kick the goal, you're right, BT, or put this one 15 metres out. Don't just kick it to the goal line where it's easily rushed through.
Sumner fancies, there he does, Lingy, exactly what you said. Pops it to the top of the square. It was well disguised. Mason Cox in front, the spoil. The handball over the top from Pendlebury.
No one front square, though, BT.
No one.
Contest. No one from Carlton, sorry. Only from Collingwood.
56 minutes since we've had a Carlton goal in this game. Cloak draws Grundy to the ball with a ripper. Grundy wheels and goes. Wants to go long, couldn't go too long. No one was there. That was the only really long option in side bottom. Side bottom did well to keep his man from getting the footy here. They'll do well to force the ball up in this position, Collingwood, and they now have a chance to retain it in their half.
It's a great kick from Cloak to Grundy. Down the line before, and Grundy's presented well.
He's a beautiful field kick, Travis Cloak.
Yeah.
It's just something happens in front of goal.
A beautiful field kick. So 10.5 minutes here. Clock is starting to become a factor for the Blues. De Goey, can he get around one? Got it off to Blair. Right foot and bending, goal! Collingwood have got it. 24-point lead.
Great goal. Kicked a couple of nice ones now, Jared Blair. And well done, Jordan De Goey. Tucked the ball under the arm and burst clear with strength and set up that goal, which just about gives them the 4 points you would have thought from here. Carlton only kicked 4 goals for the night, and they're going to have to kick 5 to win it.
Jordan De Goey, strength to be able to just get the handball off to Jared Blair. He's done his job tonight. Blair kicked the 2 goals. Plenty of pressure, been busy inside that Collingwood forward line. And in a low-scoring game, 2 goals from a small forward. Super important.
So a 24-point lead now for Collingwood. Now they really do have to take big-time risks here, the Blues.
Right.
10 minutes remaining. And look at Pendlebury saying, come back, come back. Crowd tonight, I think I said about 55, so 56,157, the official crowd here. Of course, the 50,000 plus. This is the 70th time these two sides have had 50,000 plus. Not a bad effort.
Great effort.
Gibbs.
BT, Jared Blair from Wonthaggi loves his surfing. We've just heard on good authority that Jared Blair went surfing with Trevor Hendy during the week. The great Trevor Hendy.
Well, Trevor does a bit of work down at Collingwood. in terms of mentoring, doesn't he?
He's a good man to surf with. If you ever got yourself in a bit of trouble, I'm sure he could get you out of it.
No problems there, would it? Pretty tricky down there too, the surf, I think. Lingy, here's Brown. Casbolt lurking around the back. Tui come through. Gee, got met high on the bump after he got rid of it as well.
But don't get blown away, Carlton. Just, gee. They're just struggling with their efficiency and scoring when they get it inside 50 this year. They're 17th in the comp for efficiency going forward, and that's another good sign for Cloak. He's gradually finding a little bit of form.
That's a free kick to Zach Tui, though, before, isn't it?
Yeah,
even though it's
caught high.
Kick's gone, he's still been caught high.
Pendlebury wide.
Play on.
Here's Aish strolling down the wing, and poor kick in the end. But will work okay. So even though the crowd's 56, it's, you know, these sort of games here between these two sides at the MCG have averaged well over 70.
Well, if it wasn't 13th v 14th going into the game, they would get 70.
Yeah.
Jordan.
Now Thomas. So they're out here, the Blues. Andreas Everett. Got Walker with the long lead. Silvani's going to the square. Walker marks. He plays on the Silvani. Silvani's going to mark, and he has. Silvani plays on. Oh, no. What are you doing, Jack?
Don't spoil our fun, Jack.
Renmar says, gee, Jack, that's not what I told you to do. And now, as a result, he comes from the ground.
How dare you be a selfless team player? Just go back and kick it.
It's all about you, Jack.
Goodness me. So Bryce Gibbs will be wrapped. The Silvani clan in the stands are left wondering.
Oh, they're ropeable up there.
What have we bred here? A team man. Gibbs riding this with him. And I wonder whether, Jack, you should have taken the kick, young man. And Steve will have no nails left. Oh, it's funny watching the parents, isn't it? Brown. High ball's one. Cruiser. Duke's on it. Couldn't quite reel it in. Bit of a no-looker. Out the side door. Grundy ran over the top of it. There he is. In amongst it. On that occasion, Phillips. There's there as well. Scrappy bit of play. Pendlebury just hoiked it out with the handball. Greenwood has the composure to spot up Varco, who absorbs Simpson pressure. No one deep. Moore's now got himself in a deep position if Varco wants to go there. That's where he goes. Look at the kick. What a ripper. Almost got the hands under it, Moore. The second attempt was good as well. Set up another opportunity. Crisp's got forward here and won't quite get it. Could Mark take it in the end? I think it's Doherty, is it? Or Lamb? It's Lamb.
It's a good mark. That was floating around, that kick.
Wiedering to White.
Hold there, Brody.
Darcy Moore just a little bit sore from that contest before, BT.
Yeah.
He'd be pretty keen to get to the bench. Checked out.
Simpson. Neat ball to Phillips. There he is, well behind the play, just feeling the effects. And so Phillips will line up for just his 4th goal of the year, Andrew Phillips.
We talk about it all the time, BT. Getting the ball in the good ball users' hands. Cade Simpson then. Just perfect little hit up to Phillips. We've seen Carlton all night when the other ball users for the team, with all due respect, have got it. They just bomb it away. Back to those Collingwood numbers. Nice kick from Simpson.
So Phillips from 35 metres out. Good-looking kick. Goal umpires hardly moved. So they get it back to a 17-point margin.
He's done well tonight.
He shows some signs, I reckon, Lingy. He competes hard. Has a crack, done some good digs.
He gets ends up in the opposition face too as well. It's one of the most difficult thing as a midfielder. It was a ruckman that was really aggressive and you never knew where they were coming from. So really good sign for Carlton and the Ruckstocks.
Rovers out.
There's the action from Phillips, who was dead centre. Nicely done. 17-point margin here now. In the middle, Cruiser, beautiful tap. Cripps did well. The run of Lamb, impressive, goes deep inside 50. Good mark taken by Goldsack.
He's always been a good one-on-one player, Tyson Goldsack. At his best in the premiership year, grand final year. Just really strong one-on-one.
Out wide here to Ace. I wonder whether the player voting would have been done postal style, Richo, or whether they would have gone to the polling booth this morning. What do you think?
I've got no doubt that you should vote early. There's no lines.
At the booth or through the envelope?
No, you go to the booth.
Oh, look at Darcy Moore.
But you go during the week, so you don't have to line up.
Ah, okay.
I don't know why you would actually go today.
Nice grab from Darcy Moore.
Ridiculous if you went today.
Yeah, they were heavy today.
Your lunch hour during the week.
Mark taken out the back by Doherty. What about this historical rivalry between these clubs? Do you think, I mean, a lot of these players weren't born when this was at its peak, you know, in the 90s, the 80s, the 70s. Lingy, do they care about it? Does it mean anything to them?
Well, you'd have to have some awareness of it, I think. Talking to some of the former players.
Well, they weren't
surely,
born.
No, but surely you understand the rivalry.
When you get drafted to a club, I think it's your responsibility to learn about the history of that club. And I think all clubs would do that anyway, Lingy, wouldn't they?
Yeah, I reckon so.
So there's a kick goes into Varco here. So, Richo, when you were Richmond, you would have learned all about me, would you?
I doubt it.
You. I doubt it. Little handball over the top to right.
In fact, I followed too many things that you did, and that was part of the issue.
Kerridge, right's going to be crunched by Maynard. Got him in a bear-hugging type tackle. Curnow trying to run away with it. Moore wraps him up.
No, in all seriousness, when you arrive at a club, you've got to learn about your club, Brian.
Yep. And these two teams, 6 grand finals, of course, those famous ones, especially through the 70s. Just absolutely brilliant, the rivalry. Only one premiership win in those grand finals from Collingwood. 5 of those other wins to the Blues.
Thomas.
Sorry, Pies fans.
Yes, wasn't.
Don't need that brought up.
Their favourite team to play in the finals, that's for sure. Great rivalry it was. So this one petering out. Collingwood are going to win it. There's no question about that. These teams will be level at the completion of this game on 6 wins apiece. Sinclair, Hare's one of the best corridor carriers of the footy. In Treloar, messed that up big time though. Sumner, I thought, got one high. And Brendan Bolt comes down to the bench to watch the last few minutes.
Carlton won't have lost any fans tonight with the way they've played. They've had a crack. Their defensive structure is there. Their basics of what they're trying to do defensively and contested-wise is there, but it's just been their composure with ball in hand. They haven't been able to hurt Collingwood enough.
And finding winners inside the forward 50, which will come in the future. They've got that. They've taken it back to the base of getting the defence right.
Jack Silvani back on the ground. He's going to go deep forward. Try and snag one at the end. Here he comes now. Comes his way right now. Goldsack's been with him all night. He wins this contest. Oh, poor kick in the end it was. Offhand spills to Cripps. He gets an opportunity to line it up. Hasn't quite got the journey or the accuracy.
Over the line, Tyson. Andrew, 2 metres, please. Thank you. Hold. Hold.
Being in an election day, both of these clubs have prime ministerial connections like no other. Malcolm Fraser followed the Blues, of course. Bob Hawke handed the cup to Stephen Kernahan, I think, back in 1987. And Paul Keating was a Collingwood man. At least he turned halfway through. Here's Cloak. I was there the day he came into the rooms. I don't think he knew who rooms he was in, but he barracked for them.
He just knew the numbers were with the Pies.
He's right. Right to Thomas.
But BT, you spoke about players going to vote on game day. I got sucked into the old sausages on Sausage Sizzle and voting one day before a game. Had about 5 sausages and even snuck a hamburger in. Very, very dangerous.
Get a kick.
I got dropped the next week.
There's a good reason why you don't go to the polling booth. Phillips being confronted by Howe then. Howe had him lined up and this a direct turnover. No, Cloak's taken the mark here. He had Grundy on. He turned the back and said, no, this one's for me. And now he does to Varco. Great composure in the end from Trav Cloak.
Yeah, terrific composure. Good reward for Travis Varco too. His work rate has been high again tonight. Jeremy Howe got involved in this one by just coming straight off the bench. A little bit unlucky for Phillips. And then the Pies were away. Options everywhere. Cloak could have gone to Grundy initially. Didn't see him. Then eventually over the top to Travis Varco.
So Varco, an easy opportunity for a man of this class from 20 out, and he hits the timber. And even 3 goals. Versus himself. Did he play in all of the Geelong Premiership sides? 2 of them,
Just
was
the
it?
2, BT.
Yeah.
Oh, not just the 2. 2 of them, Brian.
Degree of arrogance.
I didn't mean to say it that way.
Simpson, you did. There's Walker. Silvani's there. Little one. Didn't comply. Short ball out wide. And now Sumner. He plays on. Goes over the top to Gibbs. And Bryce Gibbs will get a chance to get another one. He was looking inside then. I reckon he had Silvani in mind, didn't he? Try and pay him back. So now Gibbs will be forced to kick the set shot. And he kicks the goal. So back to a 12-point margin, Collingwood by 2 goals. With 30 seconds left.
Could get it back to a goal here.
Just one.
It's been a funny old game.
Too much for us to hope for a miracle, Richo. Just one straight out of the middle.
It's possible.
2 in a row. I think we're kidding ourselves.
It's highly unlikely, but it's possible.
Look at Pendlebury calling them back, saying, come on, guys, let's get back there and make sure that does not happen.
He's been brilliant tonight, Scott Pendlebury. Surprised how much space he had in that first half. He had 20 touches to half-time. He's going to end the night with probably 34 disposals, which he's on right now. 8 clearances, 14 of those are contested. So a big night from the Pie skipper.
So here we go, the last half minute of the game. Dangerous to stick a knee in there, Cripsey. Heard it. Treloar. Wonderful little ball to Varco. The give and go. Treloar goes. Eyes light up when he sees the open goal square. Lauman. Back out to Tui. So Collingwood about to record their 6th victory of the year. They play GWS next week, the Magpies. And just 5 seconds remaining here. And a big win. It'll be for the Maggies. Didn't look like it early. Looked like Carlton controlled a bit most of the game early, but Collingwood have got home here in an uninspiring game, really. And they have won by 2 goals. Next week, have the Adelaide Crows here at the MCG.